You think you're afraid of rejection. You think you're afraid of pain. But the truth is deeper, older, more primal. You fear her. Not as a person, but as a force. Because she is not just a woman. She is instinct. She is chaos. She is reflection. And you have spent your whole life running from her. This is not a video about women. This is a confrontation with your inner world, filtered through the terrifying mirror of the feminine. You were taught to build, to organize, to predict. You learned to conquer nature, turn forest into firewood, silence into language, the unknown into certainty. But she is the storm that doesn't answer to maps. She speaks in emotion, moves in silence. She is not linear. She is circular. Like the seasons. Like suffering. Like memory. Nietzsche saw this chaos not as evil, but as necessary. The Dionysian element, madness, music, instinct, was always there beneath your Apollonian masks. But when she enters your life, she brings that chaos to the surface. And your ego, your need for control, trembles. You don't fear women. You fear losing your illusion of control. All your life you've worn armor, confidence, ambition, rationality. You became so good at pretending, even you forgot you were acting. But then one evening, at some unguarded hour, she looked at you. Not at your words, not at your status. At you. That look. It wasn't admiration. It was knowledge. She didn't need to read your resume to know your loneliness. She didn't need to hear your trauma to sense your wounds. She knew. And in that moment you feared her, not because she could hurt you, but because she could see you. Nietzsche once said, "Truth is a woman." And you suddenly understood why men keep chasing it, but rarely stay with it. There's a silent fear buried inside your heart, that you will lose yourself in love. That seduction is not a game of desire, but a trap for the will. You've worked so hard to become something. You've climbed the mountain of self-discipline, ambition, self-overcoming. But she makes you want to sit down, to stay, to stop becoming. Nietzsche's Übermensch is a man who creates his own values. But what happens when those values begin to orbit her? What happens when her approval becomes your compass? When her affection starts to define your worth? You don't fear her love. You fear your own surrender. Eros is not just desire, it's the death drive in disguise. To want her is to dissolve. To let her in is to let go of the identity you've crafted. She doesn't kill you. You kill yourself, softly, willingly, in the name of intimacy. Nietzsche warned that all deep emotion was rooted in destruction. And love, true love, is the most seductive destruction of all. It asks you to unlearn what made you strong, to soften where you once clenched, to open where you once defended. You fear her because you fear dying. Not physically, but symbolically. Dying into something unknown, something shared, something no longer sovereign. Every woman you meet echoes the first one, your mother. Not in her body, but in her psychological shape. If she neglects you, you chase. If she loves you too much, you suffocate. If she balances it, you sabotage it. Because no woman is ever just a lover. She becomes, unconsciously, the vessel of your oldest emotional wounds. Nietzsche saw this pattern, this eternal recurrence of behavior. He knew that we relive the same cycles until we confront the shadow. You fear women because they bring your childhood into the present. They become the stage where all your ghosts return to dance. She doesn't need you. Not really. And that terrifies you. You want her to be kind yet dependent. Beautiful yet unaware. Strong, but only in the ways that serve your ego. But when she is free, when she chooses you not out of need, but out of sovereignty, you panic. Because she can leave. Because she knows she has options. Because her love is a gift, not a chain. And you were never taught how to receive a gift without trying to own it. Beneath all this, the philosophy, the fear, the desire, lies something even deeper. You are terrified of not being enough. Not for her, but for life. She is life incarnate. And when she smiles, rejects, loves, walks away, she becomes a messenger from the universe itself. You don't fear her judgment. You fear that through her, life is speaking to you. And you don't like what it says. But Nietzsche also knew the cure. Not resistance. Not dominance. Not retreat. But affirmation. To say yes to life. To love fate, amor fati. To embrace the feminine not as your enemy, but as your teacher. Your mirror. Your test. She is not here to complete you. She is here to confront you. And if you are brave enough, she becomes the fire through which your false self burns, and your true self begins to breathe. So, yes, you fear women. But it's not about gender. It's about truth. It's about depth. It's about the sacred terror of being seen, touched, changed. She is not your downfall. She is your mirror. And if you let her, she might just be your salvation. If this stirred something in you, don't silence it. Share it. Reflect on it. And subscribe for more truths most are too afraid to speak. The journey inward has only just begun.